If I were to ask just about any rock fan the question, what famous guitar players play the Gibson SG, I can almost guarantee they would say either Angus Young or Tony Iommi. Now, sure, there are plenty others, but those two would likely be at the top of the list. Over the years, each has had their own signature Gibson SGs, and Gibson still sells a Tony signature SG, and so does Epiphone. Now, the Gibson model is priced at about $2,400, and if you can afford that, more power to you. But this Epiphone model is probably the closest you'll get to Tony's modified 64 Monkey SG without paying that premium Gibson price tag. The body is two-piece solid mahogany, and the neck is one-piece mahogany. The neck profile is a round Iommi C that's very comfortable, not too thin, not too thick. It's a 22 fret Indian Laurel fretboard with dot inlays, medium jumbo frets, cream binding, Graphtec nut, and Grover Rotomatic tuners. It comes with black witch hat knobs, a blank poker chip on the selector switch, an adjustable wraparound bridge, and two Epiphone Pro P90 pickups. The electronics consist of CTS pots, orange drop capacitors, a Switchcraft output, and a Switchcraft selector switch. It does come with a pretty nice hardshell case, your typical Epiphone goodie bag, and this static cling monkey sticker replica, which I'm sure if you wanted to, you could find an actual sticker of it online. Let's hear how it sounds through a Catalan-bred Sabracadabra pedal. Now for the likes and dislikes. I almost called this part the good and the bad, but I didn't think that was fair because it can be subjective. None of my dislikes are actual quality issues, but personal preferences. So first, let's talk about the hardshell case. Is it top quality or hardcore durable? Probably not, but it's pretty nice and it'll protect much better than any gig bag. And if you take care of it, it'll probably last you a long time. Now, I like the black outer with the gold lining. It beats the heck out of the brown and pink from my 59 standard it came with. Back to the guitar. The Grover Rotomatic tuners, nice and smooth. You can't really go wrong with Grovers. I really like the binding, and the frets were very nice and smooth for the most part. They feel like they could use a little smoothing on the edges right here, but it's not fret sprout. Now, the Indian Laurel fretboard is nice and smooth, but it could benefit from a nice oiling. Now, the vintage cherry finish, while it's gorgeous, it's more of a brighter red than the Gibson vintage cherry, which is much closer to the original. I really like this wraparound bridge, but someone at the factory needs to be a little more careful with the screwdriver on the post slots. The action was nice and low, right out of the case, and I didn't even need to make any adjustments when I got it. The quality of electronics is solid. Everything switches, turns, plugs in nicely. One thing I don't care for is the spaces on the pickguard and pickups, right between the pickups and the pickguard. And it's not just this particular one. If you look at the Gibson version, there are no spaces, but on the Epiphone version, there are some. Now, some folks may not care, but it might be a deal breaker for others. Now, the placement of the forward strap button is true to Tony's original, but I'm not a fan. It looks funny, and SGs are already known to have a little neck dive, and it really doesn't make it any better. But that is easily remedied on all SGs with a suede strap. Lastly, the Epiphone P90s. If you like good P90s, you probably won't be disappointed in them. Like most single coil pickups, they do have 60 cycle hums, and you start pushing some gain to them and they will pick up some noise, especially around other electronic devices like computers. Other than that, they sound great, both clean and driven. Overall, I think this is a beautiful, well-built guitar that plays and sounds great. This guitar retails for $799, and as I said at the beginning, it's probably the closest and most affordable Tony signature SG you will find. Now, if you're interested in this guitar, I do have an affiliate links to zounds.com down in the description. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did and want to see more, hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.